Hey everyone, this is John Was Never, and today I'm going to be reading part 2 of Squid Game 2. Anyway, all the players had the chance to vote again. I wanted to continue playing to win the money, but I had to keep acting like I didn't want the games to continue. So I voted against it again. Unfortunately, the rest of the players thought that the swimming pool was too easy, so they voted to continue playing and they won again. Wednesday. The game we are playing today was the mingle game. Totally tubular! This is how the game works. They play this stupid song and then call out a number of players. We only have 30 seconds to lock ourselves in small rooms with that amount of players. If a room doesn't have the right amount of players or you're not in a room, you get eliminated. We all stood on the platform and the song started playing. We were all worried, but Albert Sandy did not care at all. He was enjoying it. Maybe a little too much. He was dancing to the song and everything. Suddenly, the music stops and the number of players is called out. 6. That's the number of my family and friends, so we all ran into a room and locked ourselves in. Once we got in, Uncle Gary started telling us that we had a good team number, since evens are more likely than odds. Once that round was over and we restarted, they called out 3 players. Dad wasn't very happy. Without a second thought, Albert started pulling Holly away. I wasn't going to let him be her knight in shining armor, so I went with them. Once we were locked in the room, Holly broke down and started crying again. It was worse this time. I wish I'd never joined these games. I give up. I felt super bad. I didn't want Albert interfering again, so I told Holly that I had an idea, but we had to wait until this game was over. We left the room and were ready for the last round of the game. That dumb music played and they called out 5 players. We were pretty sure that was all of our group, so we ran into a room and locked it. Dad started counting us until he realized that one of us was gone. He looked out the slot on the door, and the person we were missing was Mom. Susan! Dad and Holly were both upset now. I was even a bit upset. I watched her die in front of us. Once we got back to the main room, I explained my plan. I won't explain it, but I'll just say what happened and how it went. When the pink soldier guys came into the room, Dad and Uncle Gary played dead. When they went to check on them, they both jumped them and stole their guns and killed them. After all was said and done, Albert and I took a gun too. We were planning on fighting back. Dad got everyone's attention and asked to join us. Surprisingly, a lot of people did. Holly stayed behind, of course. After we got a group of people, we all left the main room and entered the room where it looks like a giant labyrinth. The pink soldiers were already there and started shooting at us, so we fought back. We were shooting for a while, but we started running out of ammo, so we had Albert go back to the main room and try to find more ammo. While he did that, Dad and I went up ahead alone to try to find and take down the guy who's running this place. Dad and I went through more of the hallways and took down more soldiers. At some point, Uncle Gary contacted us through the walkie-talkies we stole from the pink soldiers. Albert still hasn't come back with any ammo! So Dad told Uncle Gary to go back and find him. We continued through and we soon made it to this big door. We knew we made it, but we ran out of ammo. The big door opened and we were greeted by this guy in a black mask. He was accompanied by 2 pink soldiers with guns. Dad and I had no choice but to surrender. We dropped to our knees and held up our hands. I assumed the black mask guy was the front man of this place. He laughed at us about our plan and said there was no way we were going to succeed. And his voice, it sounded familiar. But I didn't have time to think about it because the guard held up his gun and pulled the trigger. To be continued. Anyway, guys, that was the end of Squid Game 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go on down in the comments and tell me what you think, or give me some Wimpy Kid parody ideas. I'll be reading them as usual. Anyway, I do plan on making a third one when season 3 comes out, and I already have a little bit of some ideas of what's gonna happen and everything. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Thanks for watching.